Hi everybody. Today we're going to have a look at the rock houses in Kinver, and primarily those ones up on Kinver Edge. I I expect that some of you, probably many of you, will have had chance to go and visit them. Some of you will have gone to the National Trust ones that have been reopened to the public for some years. And had a look around there. Some of you may have just walked around and seen them but not been inside, and some of you may have been to the ones up at Nanny's Rock, which are along, I think it's the purple route around Kimber Edge, which are really just left as they have been when they've been left in the past. So a cave or a home in the rock. On Kimber Edge, as I've said, there are several rock houses that have been carved out of the soft red sandstone. In year 3 we've just been looking at types of rock, and we know it's sedimentary rock and it is quite soft. The most famous homes at Holy Austin Rock are open to visitors under normal circumstances, and they're owned and looked after by the National Trust, which indeed looks after all of the heathland up on Kinver Edge. Interestingly, Kinver Edge has been under the ownership of the National Trust. It was its 100th anniversary, 100 years it'd been under the ownership of the National Trust, because we think of the National Trust these days as somewhere that has lots of historic houses, but initially it was set up just over 100 years ago to look after open land and take care of that. And Kimber Edge was one of the first areas of land that it took on. So it is, and I do keep saying this about Kimber, but it is an incredibly special place and space to live, and we're very lucky. So in the Holy Austin rock houses, there are stoves for cooking on, furniture, windows and doors, all set into the sandstone, where just as they were when the houses were lived in. So daily life in the rock houses. The earliest record of people living in the rock houses is from 1777, so about 250 years ago, when Joseph Healy, a man, took refuge from a storm. That means he went inside because it was blowing a gale and probably raining, and he was given shelter by a clean and decent family. So he's obviously written this down, which is why we have records, and he describes the people as clean and decent, perhaps to try and change opinion that people all living in these rock houses might not be quite as civilized perhaps as others. But no, he says they were clean and decent. He describes how the rock houses made good homes, warm in winter, cool in summer, and generally dry. Kinver Edge provided fresh air and open space, which was considered better than the village with its smoke and risk of river flooding. The rock houses had water from the well and later gas, but no electricity. Rooms were dug out and divided as families grew, and often lodges were taken in. The 1861 census lists 11 families living here across 3 levels. Gosh, that's quite a community, isn't it? 11 families, with obviously 2 or 3, 4, 5 members in each family. So that's quite a lot of people living up there, and that's just in the Holy Austin rock houses, which are the ones that are most close to the road there. So your task is quite simply to make a model of Kimber's rock houses. So you can make a model of the hollowed out caves at Holy Austin or Nanny's Rock, or you could make one of the reconstructed, that means rebuilt, homes at Holy Austin. If you make one of these homes, you could even go so far as to make furniture to go inside. Now you can use all sorts of materials. You could use Lego, cardboard and do a sort of junk model. You could use salt dough, for which we've provided a recipe on the next slide. You could use papier-mâché if you wanted to go even further with newspaper and glue, or you can make it out of anything else you can think of. And as always, your teachers would really, really love to see what you've produced. Perhaps send us in some photographs. All right, children, good luck with it and enjoy.